Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of Rage Quit TV. Gonna be casting a game between Origin and Stefano. It is a ZVT on the Shattered Temple, and Origin has his work cut out for him because, again, he is going up against Millennium Stefano, and this may very well be the best foreigner. Many Koreans have said so. Even Nesty on State of the Game the other day said Stefano by far the best foreigner around. And additionally, if we look at how much he's earned in terms of tournament winnings, he has earned $93,000, which is the most a foreigner has won by far. The next one down there would be Huck at winning $64,000. So Stefano winning around 33% more money than any foreigner in the StarCraft 2 scene right now. And that is very, very impressive. And he doesn't have the best mechanics around. What Stefano does have is the best understanding of the actual game and maybe the best map awareness, because you just do not drop Stefano. You can't. You cannot sneak anything past Stefano. He has so good scouting and just so good map vision all the time. He will shut your drops down. And additionally, Stefano plays a little bit odd. He doesn't play ZVT like in Broodwood, like you see all the ex-Broodwood players like Idra and all them going mutas. Stefano really does love Infestors, and he also loves Zerglings. And that's another thing Stefano has the best, is Zergling control. You just do not engage him when he has those Zerglings out, because he has such good Ling micro. He makes you think Lings are imbalanced. We do have Origin, though, getting his barracks up, and that is going down at 12. It looks like very standard. Then following up with a 13 gas, so he will be going for reacted Hellions. And Stefano, he has seen the gas, so he knows exactly what is going on. He will get a Spine Caller right around 5:15, unless he's going to use that excellent Ling micro to stop the Hellions. But generally, you want to delay your gas as long as possible, because getting this gas really does hurt your economy as a Zerg player, because it slows down how many drones you can produce. And that is all it counts in the beginning of the game. The early stages, you just got to pump as many drones as humanly possible. And Origin now going to be going to scout Stefano. Stefano moves his Overlord as soon as that SCV comes in, making sure he's not up to any type of tricky business. And Marines are going to be coming out again. Stefano saw that gas, so he knows it's not going to be a 2 barracks play. So if that SCV ends up building a bunker, Stefano probably won't overreact. He may pull a lot of drones if this hatch is near completion. He is transferring drones down. But other than that, he is not going to be doing all that much. The SCV is going to give vision of that one Overlord. We do have another Marine on the way. And Stefano is getting gas. We'll see if he pulls guys off gas once he hits 100, or if he keeps them on and goes for like a fast upgrade. Because one thing Stefano really does is go for 3 hatches before lair. That is kind of his style, and we don't have any bunker play from Origin out. He is just retreating with his Marines, and the SCV is going to be going off to hide in this corner, and that will allow him to get the scout on, which is a little bit odd because he is getting Hellions. I'd assume he will be getting them momentarily. So this SCV going to be trying to come in very quickly and maybe try to see if Stefano is going Roaches to see how many Hellions he should build. Because if Roaches do come out, you don't want that many Hellions. You want to get bunkers up to be able to defend against that. Stefano going to be taking out those destructible rocks right there, and he has pulled the guys off of gas and has those few Lings taking out these rocks, because again, Stefano is a big player of 3 hatches before lair. So what's he got to do? He's got to take out rocks if he wants to take a 3rd base, unless he wants to take this base, which just is not a good idea at all. And SCV is going to be coming up here, so this is going to be really good for Origin. Going along the edge, trying to find any type of Roach one at all. SCV does pull back. Lings are chasing. He's at 5 HP, and there he goes. Does burn to the ground, but he did not see a Roach one, which means these Hellions are perfectly safe. Stefano does have a Spine Caller up. Hellions going to be poking at that, and they want to run past, but the Queen does go to block that. And these Hellions not going to be able to do anything. Stefano does have Queens to block the ramp, so the Hellions cannot run past. Origin going to get another set of Hellions, so that will make 6 Hellions, I believe, as he does have 4 out. Yeah, so he is going up to 5 Hellions, actually, not 6, just 5. And there we go, the 6th one, okay. And Marine's going to be coming out with this stem. and that is definitely a little bit different. He is going to be putting on a lot of aggression, rushing up to stem off of just one barracks while he is getting these Hellions. Generally, you do see Terran players go kind of for multiple barracks, or maybe going for like a starport up to get medevacs before just rushing into the stem, because you can see Origin doesn't really have that many units to defend. But then again, he has all this map control with the Hellions. He did come in and didn't see a Roach one when he was up there, so he knew it was safe at the time. But as we do have the map packs for being observers, we know Stefano is going for that Roach one. These Drox about halfway done. It takes Lings a very, very long time to take those out. And the Hellions just splitting up, they don't want to go in, they just want to stop any Ling from running in, and this is what you do with Hellions. You do not clump them up, you spread them as much as possible right here, so if Lings come, there's just a huge wave of fire that just toasts them all, but the fire doesn't do so good against Roaches. We do have double Evo Chambers, and Stefano is going for that +1 armor upgrade. These Hellions going to do as much cutting as possible to these Roaches to weaken them up, and you should always try to attack them from the sides where you can hit multiple Roaches. And looks like Origin going to be going back into the base. He says, okay, you're moving out with the Roaches. That means I can run into your base with my Hellions, or maybe he's not. That would have been a really nice play if he did run in, but Stefano does have plenty of Lings and those 2 Queens. And this handful of Roaches by Stefano will not be enough to penetrate Origin. He has multiple barracks up now, getting a medevac. We do have this handful of Hellions still there. Roach is going to be chasing them, trying to take them out, and those Hellions going to be retreating all the way up here. Stefano, is he going to keep on chasing them? It looks like yes, he is. And he wants to take out these Hellions because that means his Lings will be very, very effective. And then he also doesn't have to worry about run-bys, because taking out these Hellions is pretty much killing Hellions the rest of the game, as Origin will want to build tanks, I assume, as many Terran players want to go Marine tank. So the quicker you take care of these Hellions, the quicker you can stop worrying about your middle line and run-bys. So now Stefano has complete map control, and he may actually just take another base. We do see him getting those upgrades, getting 1-1 on his Lings, and Origin right now going to be just moving around with that drop, try to pick off those Roaches, but Stefano did retreat fast enough, and maybe that drop would have been better off doing an immediate drop, as he knew Stefano's units were probably up here, so he could have done a big drop into the main, at least killed a Queen, and seen what was going on here to see if it was an Infestation Pit or a Spire, just because Stefano goes Infestors 50%, or 50%, what I'm saying, 90% of the time. Doesn't mean he won't mix in Mutas from time to time. He is very good with Mutas as well. And if you did not know, Stefano has a 90% win rate. It's actually like 90.5% win rate on EU right now with over 100 games. Just to give you an idea of how good Stefano is, we do have Origin, though, going to be going up to do a drop. Stefano has some creep spread, but he doesn't have any vision of the drop right here, to my knowledge. And what does he have? He is getting a lot of Roaches and Lings. We do have him working on 2-1 right now. He'll probably start that +2 melee very, very shortly. And he is going to find out this drop, and he just knows it's that time. And he's like, oh, I'm not getting dropped. Let's check over here, because I don't think he had vision of this at all. Unless these Overlords saw it a long time ago. But that was definitely a heads-up play by Stefano. Does have the Overlord right here. I'm not sure if that Overlord saw anything. We do have double E-Bays being built by Origin, but he is going to be so far behind on those upgrades, as 1-1 has already finished for Stefano. Stefano is getting Pathogen Glands right now, and we have no scans by Origin. Splitting up his units. Stefano going to be taking out these Drox right over here. You can see his Overlord spread right now, covering all the likely places medevacs want to go. Scan going to be going down, try to take out some creep coons, but Roaches are there, and takes out one of those Marauders. And now Origin going to get up in his medevac, but he can't do that for long, as 6 Infestors have now just made their way out on the playing field. We do have Origin now going to try another drop, but Stefano already waiting here, and Origin going to pick up immediately, but gets Fungal Growth with a few Infestors here. Those medevacs are done for. We do have another drop from Origin going off over here. The medevac is going to die with all the units in it, but here we go. Big drop by Origin coming in, and Stefano is not prepared for this. And he was actually caught a little bit off guard. The Queen does fall, and now drones have been pulled off the line, and not too much damage has been done. It is 165 supply to 160 somehow. Only 5 drones killed there. Going over to this worker tab, it is 71 drones to 57 SCVs. Stefano is sitting at 1-2 right now. Does have infestors out on the field. And, was supply cap momentarily. It is going to be 3 bases to 3 base as Origin now just expanding. Does have tanks up, and this is the put where he is supposed to turtle. And for Stefano to engage him, I believe, because he can easily just wall this up as you see, and he even leaves gaps in. He doesn't care if the Lings want to run in there, be their guest. I mean, they're just going to get demolished by the siege tank fire. So Origin right now has some very nice SimCity going off on this base. And placing a supply depot right here, which means he won't be able to wall this off too easily. And we'll see exactly how he goes. I see a lot of Terran players liking to wall this off completely. Put like 1 or 2 tanks behind there with a few Marines. And then go start pushing out over here. And make your presence known right here in this map. And if they want to attack in this area, they just start sandwiching themselves. I don't know if that made sense or not. Hopefully it did. We do have 2-2 done for Stefano. 1-1 just now finishing for Origin. And he is going to be doing another drop, it looks like, as he does have a Viking out. And that is a lot of infestors by Stefano. 13 infestors are out. The Viking is clearing the Overlords right now. We do have a Marine coming over there. I thought it was going to be another drop. Stefano is working his way on these destructible rocks so he can go up into this 3rd base. And that dropship immediately gets fungal growth. And going over to this loss tab, it's not looking good for Origin. That is how Stefano is ahead by 64 supply right now. Stefano not losing really anything, has just shut down this drop play completely. And Origin cannot do anything. Stefano also getting those upgrades, but if Origin gets a good bio tank Marine, those Lings won't be that effective. And that is still the 1 Viking. 4 overlord kills right now. Stefano doesn't really care. He is still maxed out at 187 out of 200 supply. And by maxed out, I just meant max of 200. So these overlord deaths haven't had a chance to supply cap him as he hasn't dropped below that. And look at that. Infestor leads the way with Infested Terran, and then he fungoes that Viking. That was cute. And one thing about Stefano's play, when I was saying he doesn't have the best mechanics, you can see his hockey usage. He has excellent micro, don't get me wrong. I have no clue how the hell he controls his army, but Stefano uses 4 hotkeys, 1 through 4. His army, his, what is this? I think this is going to be his broodlords, his heir, his queens, and his hatches. That's all Stefano hotkeys. And here we go, roaches are going to be coming. They are pretty much sacrificing themselves. Going to go up and try to take out as many tanks as possible. Those are the supply-dense units, and right now Stefano is trying to go for broodlords. So he needs to free up supply, so get rid of the roaches. Those things are not going to be beneficial at this stage of the game. They're so supply-dense, and broodlords and infestors are so supply-efficient. It's a no-brainer just to throw the roaches out, but Stefano doesn't want to give them up for free. He's trying to do as much damage as he possibly can with them, or just get scouting information and see where units are. And one thing Stefano also does, I'm sorry if I sound like a fanboy, but right now there's not too much going on. We see these roaches going down, but we may see him finding a drop right now, going to be dealing with this. Has enough infestors here to phone growth that, and that's not going to do too much. But one thing he will do is burrow his infestors and shoot off infested Terrans, like right here, here, and here, or close to the tanks. And what he's doing there is trying to get a vision for what is here if many tanks are unsieged in the back that he can't see, because Stefano never engages and loses an engagement. Because he always knows what it is, and he may shoot off a few infested Terrans and not engage. That's just him saying, okay, how many tanks do you have sieged up? Is it safe for my Lings to do that? And as I say that, we do have the broodlords making their way across the field, so that most likely will not be happening. Fungal growth does go down on a handful of Marines and Marauders right there, and just gets chain fungled as the broodlords do come. Few infested Terrans do go. Those Lings are going to be running in behind, possibly. Oh no, he's just creating a wall for those Marines, it looked like. And now, these broodlords just doing so much damage. More infested Terrans going off on that side, because those have not been taken out. He knows it is safe right there. But it looks like most of the Marines have fallen. The Corruptor's taking care of those medevacs. And Infestor's going a little bit too far there, but It doesn't look like Origin has that much remaining. He is going up into Thors as 2 Thors are here. But Big Funk Girth on those Marines right there. Vikings are now on the way out. Stefano, though, has plenty of energy left on his Infestors, shooting off a lot of Infested Terrans, and those Thors do fall very, very quick. And there goes the GG by Origin, but asking Stefano if there is any advice possible. And Stefano is talking in French. And it looks like he's saying your drops did no damage. Pretty much, yeah, he's basically just saying your drops didn't do much damage. I killed a lot more than your drop killed, I think is like more of a direct translation. Origin saying right now, so drop less and be more efficient. Stefano basically saying, basically, thank you, and there we go, the second GG. And if any of those translations were off, let me know. I'm guessing they were, or they were absolutely horrible. I know there were some lines I just couldn't say because I didn't know what they meant. But that will take it for the game. We will go up into SC2 Gears. And what else is there? There was something I saw in that game that I really wanted to look at, but maybe I didn't. There wasn't really many engages in that game with Stefano using just pure Lings. It was mainly he got really ahead because of the drops. We can go 14. No, the drops came at 12, so we'll go at 16 or 18. Before the major engagement, we can just see how effective Stefano has been. Generally, the Terran player wants to be effective. You can see this spread of Overlords, pretty nice. But we will be going into SC2 Gears right now. And, let's see, Origin. Oh, that resources graph. Oh, man, Stefano, Macro Beast. You can see double the gas spent, around 10k more mineral spent. Not too bad. Going over to this APM. Oh my god. What is that spike? That is a high spike. Oh, where are we? 20, 40? And that APM. Wow. 2040. Let's go back into the game. That's Stefano, right? Yeah, that is Stefano. So that is definitely around 500. Let's just see what he was doing. That may be Infested Terrans. Most likely that is what it is. So we'll just go in faster times 8. I just go over here because it will start lagging if I show the whole combat. I said 2040, so this is the combat. So, looking over this, let's see, what do we see? We don't really see a spike right now, but 2040 is when it happens, so we should actually go in Stefano's vision, as it is about to happen. Origin, Stefano, right there, and yeah, it is Infested Terrans right now. We will see the spike up. 1,000. So he is using the mouse wheel, the scroll trick right now. And definitely, you can see, it is evident in SC2 Gears when they use that scrolling, the scroll trick. If you don't know what it is, just like Google scroll trick, snipe, or infestor, and you'll probably find it. But you can see his APM sitting way up there. Basically, it's you bind your mouse hotkey, or your mouse scroll wheel to a key, so you can use it to do things like cast spells. That's basically it, but that's pretty cool. Definitely is a fan of that, apparently. Late game, 15 Broodlords, 2 Great Aspires, 119 Infested Terrans, 40 Fungal Growths. Not too much. 10 scans were used. That's pretty cool. That's one thing I like looking at is how many scans were used. 55 Corruptors, 16 Infestors, 35 Roaches, 73 Lings, 9 Thors, 12 Vikings, 11 Tanks. That's pretty even. That's pretty cool. 18 Marauders, 157 Marines. Not too special there. Main building control. This is where a big thing of my claim for Stefano sits. We see his average injury gap. That's the best in this pack, most likely at 7.7. He does miss one right here. What was he doing at this time? 918. So let's go to 918. Hold on 1 second. So
our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
okay, so we'll just look at what Stefano's doing. It looks like he is doing oh, whoa. Not in here. Hold on. There we go. So we're at 916 right now, and the inject literally just stopped. We can see the Queen's at 26 energy. I'm going to go into this and go. What is he doing? So, just so you guys know, he has the Queen here. There is no inject right on this one hatch. And it looks like he just skips on over it, and I'm just seeing why he skipped on over it. It looked like that is when he was moving out with his roaches, and that was just a simple mistake. But I see that throughout his replay pack, so I don't know if it's his tourney play or not. But just showing you that even though Stefano is the best, there is still room for improvement, and that's what I'm talking about. Just pointing that out, not to get flamed or anything. I said Stefano's the best. I think almost anyone will agree with me. Maybe not the best, but maybe the most consistent. You can't argue that. But about the skill cap in StarCraft 2, it hasn't been hit because you still see the best players making mistakes like skipping those injects. And yeah, that looks like pretty much going to be my cast. Sorry if I forgot anything. You can see at the end of the game, 37.4 inject gap going, 10.4 at 13, 20, 24, 34, 37. Again, he gets near maxed. But hold on 1 second. Let me pull up one thing real quick. Just to show you someone I like his creep inject. His injecting. I'm pulling up a replay. Hold on. No. StarCraft. Okay, so we can go back in here, and we're going to look at a bunch of Damaga's games. So we'll go to, again, here's Stefano. We'll click on 10 minutes, or right around 10. See 7.7. That's not bad, that game. Most of his games were much higher. Let's just, if you don't believe me, let's pick Breach. This is 9. This looks like it was a ZVZ or something. 14. What is he? Yeah, that's a ZVZ. That may not be a good one. ZVP 7. So, there's Stefano's. And we'll go to Damaga's. This is Antigua Shipyard. Please say I'm correct on this and I remembered and picked the right replays. 7. I think that's one of his worst ones. 5. 5. This is an all-in game. He does a Baneling bust that game. Spoiler. Maybe this is it too. This is White Rod doing a little bit something cheesy. 11. 9. So when he all-in, he had a 10-second gap. But most of Damaga's games, I don't have any more on hand. Or maybe, wait. I do have one on hand. It's in this pack. $10. 5.9, 5.6. So they were even right there going to the end of the game. Maybe I'm rambling on about nothing. Just trying to show skill cap hasn't been hit. And if you're still watching, well, take care. I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.